Haynes versus Farley concerned several properties in the Santa Cruz Mountains, and the case was heard in Santa Cruz County Superior Court on November 3rd, 2011. The location of the properties is a valley about 15 miles northeast of Santa Cruz. This valley is half circled by Fern Flat Road, which is the only link to the main towns in the vicinity. This is a topological map of the area, and as you can see by the frequency of 40-foot contour lines, the terrain is often steep. In the lawsuit, several property owners claimed that they had a recorded easement over the Farley's land and had used that same road for over a century. The Farleys blocked plaintiffs' access to the road by building a horse corral and creating a berm across the easement. This generally affected plaintiffs' ability to access their properties during bad weather, and they were forced to find alternative routes. The defendants maintained that their privacy was adversely affected by others driving through their property. However, the history of the easement was proved by plaintiffs' counsel, in part by using exhibits created by StudioCruz. A supporting point was whether the alternative easement suggested by the defendants was practical. A 3D model created by StudioCruz gave a deeper insight into the topography of the valley, and a greater appreciation of what factors needed to be considered if a new alternative easement was to be created on the Haynes property. The model was made from United States Geological Survey laser scan digital elevation files, overlaid with a quad map from the same source. Once complete, 4 versions were made and projected in court as an interactive 3D model. This was done so that questions and points regarding the terrain and properties could be answered rapidly through panning and zooming to the features in question without having to sort through static slides. We will look at the 4 models, each of which is a development of the previous one. The first is the plain terrain model, created to show the method of construction. The second has a 2007 surveyor's map overlaid to show the properties and common features, including the surrounding Fern Flat Road. As this was shown, the specific features of the topography became dramatically clear. The third version had the parts of the map beyond Fern Flat Road trimmed away, and also showed the 2 routes under dispute. The fourth was identical, except that the trimmed surveyor's map was shown at 50% opacity, so that the underlying contours showed through. From this, it was amply clear that the existing easement took over half a mile to drop 50 feet in elevation. The proposed alternative easement dropped over 200 feet in less than a quarter mile. In the Santa Cruz Mountains, subject to frequent ice and snow in the winter months, there was a clearly enhanced risk of accident on this second route. The plaintiffs won the case. The Farleys were ordered to remove the blockages and restore the easement to its original condition. To demonstrate the essential features of the topography without the need for a projector, a final version of the 3D file was made as a color 3-dimensional print. If this had been a jury trial rather than a hearing, such an exhibit would have been considered in addition to the interactive projection. This exhibit shows the power of 3-dimensional modeling and interactive presentation to demonstrate the specific features of topography and access in a provably accurate, clear, and engaging fashion.